Hey guys, it's been a while, but I'm back. Well, man, not really back, but I'm here for a little bit. We can hang out, we can chill. And today I'm just gonna be messing around with the Unreal Engine 4. Don't expect basically a tutorial or anything because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just gonna fuck around for a while, and I'm figuring I might as well record it for you guys. Now there's a reason. There's a kind of a reason for this. So a dude by the name, we'll just call him Mr. S. Very generous guy. He donated a big lump sum through my Patreon, and then he hit me up and he was like, he basically said, there's no pressure, no obligation here, but it'd be nice if you did like a tutorial on something like I don't know. I think first he said maybe like a 2D game in Unity or no Unreal Engine 4, I think. And then he said we did a little back and forth, right? And I was like, well, Unreal Engine 4, it's not really that great for 2D, and it's kind of ass to work with. And then we're like, well, what about Unity? And I was like, yeah, maybe Unity could be cool. But now here I am, and yeah, as you might have guessed, yeah, we're gonna be doing Unreal Engine 4 because I said so. And the reason why is, I mean, at work, I don't personally have never worked with it, but sometimes we use Unreal Engine 4 for stuff. And I figure, it might be good for me to, to learn a little bit about it. I did very small amount, like maybe like messed around with it for like 5 or 10 hours total, like 5 years ago. And I actually recorded that. That's the Patreon only content. But now I'm like, hey, yeah, maybe I'll do a little refresh. Maybe I'll just mess around, see what I can do in kind of like a 2D space, 2D, 4D, 3D, 3D, 3. So yeah, that's enough jawing on. How much time have I wasted? 2 minutes. Perfect. That should get rid of, like I think 90% of people who click the video. So the rest of you guys know we can just chill out here, because this is not going to be like a bang, 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 here's how you do XYZ. This is just going to be a me fucking around kind of deal. So it's kind of got limited appeal, but I'm fine with that. I'm not sweating it. And if you're sweating it, then, but that's your problem. Sorry. I'm not very much on I'm not a customer service guy. What can I say? So we're going to start a new project. We're going to call it Games. Games with a Y. Unfortunately not there. So I did a little messing around before I decided to record this, just playing around, seeing what I could get done. And I didn't look at any tutorials or anything. I think I started this one. Yeah, I opened this template up, and then I looked at the code and I messed around with it a little bit, see if I could get it to do what I wanted to do. So I'm basically just going to start a blank project and then see if I can get like some kind of 2D movement thing going on here, clicking and dragging, because Unreal Engine doesn't have anything for that like out of the box really. You got to build that yourself. It's mostly geared towards, for the most part, it's like geared towards first person shooter, right? Because Unreal and things that are adjacent to that. And the farther you get away from that kind of gameplay setup, the less stuff you can actually use from the engine, the more you have to build yourself. But anyways, yeah. So you can choose to do a Blueprint or a C++ project. We're going to do C++. We're going to call it I don't know what, I didn't have an idea for what I can call it, but Chili Fox 1. There we go. No, 69. There we go. In honor of, what I called the patron only series on this topic. There we go. How much time we got? 4 minutes. 4:20. Perfect. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. The perfect amount of time. So it's going to, I don't know, it's going to generate code and stuff. Doesn't matter. But yeah, you get like a little bit of starting boilerplate code in C++. A very tiny, just the tiniest slice. And it's going to open it for us too. That's mighty fine of you. And this is, okay, did it open something in? Yeah, okay, here it is, I think. Wait a minute, what? When I click this, okay, it's here now. Okay, good. Here we go. So we look in the source. We've got, what have we got? I don't know what this is, but implement primary game module. I guess it's like the core something. I've never messed around with this. I don't know if there's even anything you would do in there. But this one is very useful. The game mode, it allows you to set up a bunch of like default things. I don't know. Why am I even trying to explain this stuff? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just going to mess around here. Don't expect me to explain shit to you, man. Okay, so I want to get rid of this. Let's get rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't think we need. Sphere reflection capture. I mean, I guess we could keep it. We'll probably get rid of it. Skylight, that seems fine. Sky sphere, that's like your skybox, right? Player start, we don't need that. Light source, probably useful. Atmospheric fog, I don't think we need this. Okay, so we're gonna keep it simple here. Now, if I play, yeah, okay. Click for mouse control. The beautiful sky. If you look at it, the clouds are actually moving. That's pretty sweet. You got like a sun there. That's nice. Anyways, what do I want to do? Well, okay. So the first thing I want to do, I guess, is, so if we click in this, you see we get like first person controls. Now what I want to do is I want to make like a kind of like a 2D top-down game, like that you could use for like a puzzle or a strategy thing, or I don't know, something like that, something dumb to play around with. And I don't want to make a first-person shooter. I mean, I don't play first-person shooters. Why would I make a first-person shooter? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. So we need the mouse. We don't want to have mouse look. We want to have a mouse on like a screen. We could click things and move them around and do bullshit. So we don't have that yet. What we can do, game mode base. So if I recall correctly, I can set up my constructor here. Now I'm trying to remember what I did. Yeah. Okay. So what I did, we need a controller class, a player controller class. I'm going to have trouble finding my screens. I have trouble finding things when I'm also talking. That's a problem. That's a problem for someone who makes videos like these on YouTube. But, you know, we'll figure it out. Okay. Player controller. Yeah, that's it. So it says it's responsible for controlling a pawn, but we're not going to actually have a pawn. And you might be asking, what's a pawn? And I'm like, again, you know, why are you asking me? I'm just a guy. So we'll just call this one controller. No. Okay, we were not allowed to call it controller. We will call it, I'm just going to name these things like the dumbest shit ever. Chill troller. There you go. It should be one L, right? Two L's and you're a psychopath. Okay. Again, I don't know what that is. Public. Sure. Public class can be included and used outside. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Just give me the default. Give me the vanilla. I'm up for it. Man, now we gotta wait. Why does it take so long to just like spit out? You're gonna see the file that it spits out. It's not gonna be impressive. Yeah, reload. Okay, so here it is. Chill troller. Like it spat out like what, like 20 lines of code, and it took like 30 seconds. That's terrible. Anyways, this series is gonna be. I say series. It's probably gonna be like one video, but who knows? It's just gonna be me complaining about Unreal Engine and how much I hate it. Anyways, I mean it's cool and everything. It's certainly more than I've ever made. That's for sure. But I still hate it. So we have a controller. Now, let's make up. Yeah. What do you call this thing? Constructor? Yeah, that's what you call them. The Unreal Engine likes to put these things on the front. This means actor. Most things are actors, I guess. There's like a whole hierarchy. I just want. Why aren't you green, boy? It doesn't make any sense. It should be green. Wait, can I do the thing? Please. Create declaration. Do this one. What? Selected text does not contain any function signatures. Was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So if I can just chill troller. Yeah, there we go. There's like a whole hierarchy. What is your problem now, dude? Okay, you finally figured it out. I'm gonna shit myself in anger here. Anyways. So we want to enable the mouse. Right. Now, how do we do that? Well, I have a little bit of a reference here. So there's a bunch of things, a bunch of members that we can set in here. So B for bool, show mouse cursor, true. So if we do this, then when I click onto the window, it'll show the cursor instead of like scrolling around maybe. It might still scroll. I don't know. Probably not. B, enable click events. Obviously, if we're going to be using the mouse, we want to be able to enable click events. I don't know if this one's actually necessary. I don't know what it does. I mean, you might look at it and say it's obvious what it does, but there's like lots of different ways you can get click events and actions and just a whole bunch of different things. And I don't know if this controls all of them or just some of them. Default mouse cursor. And we'll use E mouse cursor hand. I like the hand. Okay. The hand of the king. Okay. So that should work. Now we can just go build. And this will build and it will not give me any errors. Please. Thank you. Okay. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, this isn't going to work. Yeah, it didn't work. We still don't have our mouse, nothing. Why doesn't it work? Well, a couple of reasons. Let's look at reason number one. Just because we created a player controller doesn't mean that Unreal Engine is going to use it. We have to tell it to use it. So, we go into our game mode. So the game mode is the place where you can tell it to use things like use this controller, use this, I don't know, default pawn or something. I don't know all the things. There's like 6 of them maybe. I don't know. But anyways, so if we make like a constructor here, public, yeah. I'm just gonna like, if you're still watching, you probably already figured out that this isn't gonna be much of a tutorial. So I'm just gonna again say that you have to curb your enthusiasm. It still doesn't work. It's totally jacked. I'm angry. Curb your expectations. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to look for. Expectations. You have to lower those expectations. What are we going to get out of this video? Well, I mean, if you haven't seen anything in Unreal Engine, you might figure some stuff out. It's possible. There's probably faster ways of figuring them out. But, you know, it's content. It's kind of content, right? So, we have to tell the game mode to use our controller. So I guess we have to probably forward declare that. What did I call it? Chill troller. Yeah, there we go. The problem with giving your stuff dumb names is then you have to remember what those dumb names were later on. The other problem is that no one else can read your code. There's a lot of problems with it, you know? Okay, so this is very easy. We go player controller class is equal to ACTRL static. No, wait. That was from my thing. What is it called? Chill troller. Yeah, a chill troller static class. So I guess they all have like a U class pointer. I have no idea what this is, but this piece of data sort of like serves as like a proxy to identify classes in the system at runtime as opposed to statically. Why are you pissed off? What's the problem? Subclass of A. Player controller class. Game mode base. Yeah, that works. I don't know. Oh, okay, never mind. This is a function. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Okay, as a function, it's fine. It's fine, you know, it happens. So if we build this, then we say, okay, now our game mode is using this controller. The controller is enabling the mouse. Now things are going to work. It's going to be perfect, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Of course not. So even though you start an empty project and it generates a game mode for you in C++, it's not actually default set up to use that game mode that it generated for you. Which in my opinion is dumb, but I don't know. What the hell do I know? So if we go to maps and modes, and wait a minute. Yeah, so if we see default game mode is game mode base, and we want that to be ChiliFox69 game mode base. And if we do that, then we can look down and we can see that this game mode is set up to use our chill troller. So that was the final piece of the puzzle. That was the missing piece. So now if we run this, now we get our mouse with the hand. There you go. So, I mean, that's, yeah, that's a big win. So you gotta put all the pieces together. And it's not so bad once you figure out how to do it. But the problem is that there is like barely any, like I guess there's some tutorials online to do C++ stuff. But whenever you search on how to do like any specific thing, you will get like 1,000 results on blueprints and 0 to 3 on C++, depending on how lucky you are. So you're basically on your own and you just have to kind of figure things out, and it's suboptimal to say the least, but you know, it can be done, I guess. People do it. Okay, so we now have the ability to use the mouse to a certain degree. What's next? What should we do? Well, let's add something to our empty scene here. So I'll put a cube in here. Where the hell is that cube? Where am I? I don't like this. Let's just set this to 0. 0, 0, 0. Now, I should be able to just go to the cube. Yeah. I don't want to look at the bottom of the cube though. I want to look at the top of the cube. So I don't know how to use, no, that's not it. I don't know, how do I rotate around this cube? I have no idea how to move myself around in the editor. Like I have 0 skills in this avenue. What's this? Okay, well, the middle mouse button does something. All right, so we're there, I guess. Middle mouse button has done something for me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got this. This is gonna be like our platform or stage or whatever, backdrop. I don't know what you want to call it. Now, we're gonna make it bigger. We can make it thinner. Make a thin boy. Yeah, thinner. There we go. And we'll make it bigger in this direction. And then we'll make it, I mean, I could just type in numbers, right? 20 seems good. And 20 seems good. There we go. Beautiful. We've got a thing. We've got a thing here. I had the basic shape material here. I saved over the default. So normally it's not this color, but whatever. It's fine. I don't know how to manage materials and stuff. Like I have no very good ideas about that, but we'll see. We'll figure something out. I don't know how to find the materials. How do you find things? We'll view options. Okay, so if I should go, I remember this from last time. Search asset path, collection names, show developers, show engine content. Okay, that's good. I wanted this one checked, and it is checked. So we can filter it. We can look for materials, content, engine content. Yeah, we can see all the materials in here. So here we can see basic shape material. And I created another material. This one. I created this one. I called it beige. So if we drag this over here. There we go. Now we've got like this gray color. And then there's a red one that I made too. What did I call it? I hope I didn't call it anything, you know, like bad. Hope I didn't use any bad words. Where's my other material? Basic shape material. It was red. I think it was red. This is riveting content. Where is... I have no idea. Shaded level, no. What happened to my freaking material? Okay, we'll figure this out. It's in the same folder as this thing. So can I go to this thing's folder? Asset location. Show, create, no, reset location. How do I go to it? Show in folder view. There it is, redness. It's not red. Why is it this color? This is, okay. Strange. Anyways, that's very weird. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let's make a sphere here. Where is the sphere? I think it's like very close. Is this very far away? How does this work? This location is 1000. This one's location is 0. Is it huge? I don't understand. Like, what if I put this one to 0, 0, 0? 0, 0, 0. Huh. I don't understand the perspective on that. What is 1000? Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so it's just objects in the rearview mirror may appear closer than they are, kind of deal. Okay, let's go back to 0. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. How do I duplicate things? Is there a button? Is there like a button? Can I like alt drag or something? I can. Okay, I'll make like 2 spheres. That seems all right. Why do you have a weird position? Just... oh, the Z is... where am you? Where are you? Oh, that's not what I wanted to drag. Do I only have... okay. No, I thought I created a second... is this an empty actor? What is this? Okay, I made a mistake here. I want to delete this. Can I delete this? How do I edit? Delete. There we go. Okay, so I didn't want to make an empty actor. I thought I had a sphere, but the sphere was actually just this thing. The selector. So that's funny. That's a funny thing that happened. I want a sphere. Yeah, like that. Okay, so this is more like it. Okay, now we're starting to cook with gasoline. Don't cook with gasoline. Okay, go back to 0. All right, that looks okay. I guess I have the sky sphere selected. I have this thing selected. Yeah, that's fine. You are selected. Why is this off center? Oh, because you guys aren't 0'd out. Okay. All right, what? Okay, good. Okay. All right, things are happening now. We're making progress. Trust me, this is progress. You might not like it, but this is what progress looks like. Okay. What do I want to do? Why is this material not red? Oh, it's red? Okay. No, it's red, dude. Why would you not think it's red? What would ever make you think that this was not red? It's obviously red. Obviously red, Chili. What are you smoking? Okay. Yeah. So now this is red. That's cool, right? Yeah, I don't know. Do I want to make something blue? I could make another one that's blue. That sounds like fun. Let's make a blue one. You Well, that's the default material. So just, yeah, it starts off blue. And then we got a red one, and then we got this thing. Okay. So we have actors in the scene. We can position them. We can play. Lighting needs to be rebuilt. Okay, sure. Stop. Build the lighting. This might take a while. I mean, it shouldn't take that long, right? There's like 3 objects in the scene. Okay, it took 0.223 milliseconds. I mean, I beg to differ. My internal chronometer says otherwise, but. So, first of all, what you're going to notice here is this is a circle. I mean, it's a sphere, right? And this is not a circle. Like a sphere should cast a circular shadow, or like at least an oval. That's a motherfucking square. What the hell, dude? And I guess it has to do probably with like the quality of lighting that we're doing here when we build this. But here's the thing. I want these things to cast dynamic shadows. But they're not going to cast dynamic shadows. And it took me a while to figure out like why. And so first of all, you look at your actor and you say, okay, these things are static. So of course they're going to just bake the light into the thing because it's not going to move. That's what you would do. That's how you make things more efficient. So I want to make them movable, first of all. Make that movable. Okay. So now we have this, this, and this. Now if I play, it doesn't tell me I should bake the light again. And it's not, oh wait, we can still move around in here. I guess fine. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's not like casting dynamic shadows here. So we got a ways to go here. So this is movable. This is movable. This is static. So that's what I want for these guys. So what's the other things that we can do? Well, in the light source, stationary light will only have its shadow bounce shadowing from static geometry baked by light mass. All other lighting will be dynamic. So this geometry is not static because the actor is movable. I mean, it's a static mesh, but I think the geometry is not considered static because the actor is movable. So what I found was here, dynamic shadow distance stationary. So shadow map for dynamic. First of all, I think we do have to build this to get rid of the light map. Even though when I played it, it didn't say you have to build your geometry. I think we still have to build it. It just doesn't know what it's talking about. Okay, so now those disappeared, which is right, because they should be casting it dynamically. But now we have 0 shadows, which is wrong. What if I play? Yeah, now we just don't get any shadows at all, which is dumb. So why? So this is the part I don't really understand perfectly. I don't know, maybe if someone wants to scream, if someone is screaming at their screen, feel free to scream in the comments if you want to know why. But the solution is to change the dynamic shadow distance. So this is a directional light. So you got, cascaded shadow map, which makes sense. We'll cover for a stationary light measured from the camera. So the first thing I don't understand is like a directional light source. Oh, measured from the camera. Where is the camera? There is no camera. Where am I? I don't even know that. Okay, forget that part. Basically, if this is 0, you disable dynamic shadow. So obviously we want to turn it on. But like, why does it have to be 7,000? I don't think we're 7,000 away from this stuff. Are we? I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I just turn it all the way up. Because like, if you turn it down, it starts to get worse, right? The quality. So I mean, like I have a general knowledge of how cascaded shadows maps work. I just don't really know how that fits in with these things here. We can add more shadow maps, which obviously increases the quality. And I mean, I'm not worried about wasting space on shadow maps. Let's turn that shit right up. Soldier Boy, crank that shit up. So yeah, now we have shadows, and these are dynamic. If I move this stuff around, like it's dynamic in the editor, but it's also dynamic when you play. You can't tell because they're not moving. So I mean, we could make them move. That's a fun thing we could do, right? So I mean, now I'm thinking what I want to do here. What do I want to do? Good set. I could put like a camera in this mofo. Up in here, up in here. We could get a camera. I could rename this. How do I rename this? Yeah. Red boy. Well, let me do it. Blue boy. Okay. Now zoom out. Thank you. Okay. Now I want a camera. So that's in here, right? Lights, cinematic, camera. I just want like a basic camera. Am I going crazy, or is there not a camera in here? Lights. Nope. Cinematic. Camera rig. I just want a camera. Geometry. Volume. All classes. Camera. Yeah. Just give me a camera, dude. Thank you. Why was that so hard to find? I don't know. Isn't that in basic? It's not in here, is it? Like, I'm not going insane. How did I find it last time? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, this is cool. If you have the camera selected, you can see what the camera sees. We could also, and I don't know if this is any better because I don't know the controls, but we could pilot the camera. So now if I, yeah, oh, sweet. Okay. So, I mean, let me just do that. There we go. Now we get out of the camera. Yeah, so now we got like the camera view, and then we got our view, which is different than the camera's view. Let's give ourselves a different perspective here. That's cool, right? If we deselect the camera, then we don't get that dumb window. And if I play, doesn't work. Okay. So, I mean, there might be a place where we could tell it to use this camera. I think the player controller might have a way of setting the camera. I don't know, but I do know that in the camera actor, we can do something. Movable. Auto activate for player 0. So I think this will, yeah. Now we get the camera when we start up. That's cool. That's useful. I approve of it. Where did my camera go? Well, there it is. Well, that's weird. So we lose our whatever position we were looking at from before. It becomes the camera position when we play, and then when we stop, we stay there. Okay, fine. It's good to know, I guess. I don't know. So let's make some of these actors float. That sounds like a fun project. So there's a lot of ways that you could probably do that. You could make like a separate actor that controls the actor. You could, instead of using like this default static mesh actor sphere, what we could do instead of that is we could create our own custom actor class and then code the logic into there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a component that you can attach to any actor, and that will move that actor. So like a kind of a reusable component. It's a component is what I'm trying to say. So we can go add component, new C++ component, and we want an actor component, just a basic thing that you can attach to any old actor. And we're going to call this bad boy. I should name it something long. I should just call it movie. I should call it movie. Yeah, there you go. I was going to call it I like to move it, but I don't want to type that out. That's dumb. Movie is also dumb, but it's short. So and again, it takes a long time to generate like a very minimal boilerplate. But what are you going to do? Okay, so this, by the way, it lies. If you change this to false, it still ticks. So tick is like actor has a tick. That's what happens more or less every frame. I guess a tick is not exactly correspondent to a frame, but whatever. A tick happens, and that's when you update things. And so you inside of this tick, we can customize what happens, what this, this actor does, or this component does. This is a component, right? Yeah. What this component does basically every frame. So we get delta time. It should be fairly familiar if you've ever watched, my videos. It's just the way you do it. It's common anywhere. So what are we going to do here? So when we tick, very simple. We want to get the owner. So who owns this component? That's the actor. We get that actor, and then we want to set its position. So set actor location, and then we give it a vector. So what's that vector going to be? Well, let's go into here. Let's add. What are we going to add? Let's add let's go float t for time. Set that equal initially to 0. And we are going to do what? So whenever we tick, we are going to update our internal running total of time. Why? Okay. I was saying, why is my IntelliSense not existent? F vector. And so we're just going to set the position 0.0, 0.0, and the Z is going to be, I don't know, sine t times. So we don't want to oscillate by 1 unit. That's very small. Let's oscillate by, I don't know, like 5 whatevers. We'll call them meters, 5 meters. And we also want to, we don't want it to go through the bottom of the thing, so we're going to offset it upwards by 6. And then it'll oscillate 5 below that position and 5 above that position. And then Bob's your uncle, basically. And I think that's all we need to do for this bad boy. Save everything. We're going to build. Hopefully no errors, but fairly likely to get an error. Yeah, we got an error. Okay. Conversion from double to float requires a narrowing conversion. Why? All right. Okay. So I don't know what this bullshit is. I don't know what is UE4 is including by default, but get that shit out of my face. Here we use the standard library and we like it. Get your dumb Unreal bullshit out of my face. Okay. Build. Good. We're done there. Okay. So now go into here. If we play, like it looks like it's moving a little bit, but I think we need to maybe offset it a little more. 5 was maybe not enough. Stop. Which makes sense when I think about it, because scale, I thought that the dimensions were like 20 by 20, but I'm scaling the original dimensions by 20. I don't know what the actual dimensions of this bullshit is. I have no idea what the size of any of this stuff is. I don't even know where I don't even know where I could look to find out the absolute size. So obviously 5 is not good. Let's find out where I put my code. And let's jump that up to 50. And then plus plus 70. Save that. Okay. Build. Okay, we did it. It makes a cool noise in the editor when you build in Visual Studio, but I guess you can't hear that because I turned off the sound. I could turn it on though. I could turn it on. Let's try it again. So I'm going to build again. Where is it? I'm going to build. And it should make a noise. Yeah, you heard that? That's cool, right? Anyways, let's play. Yeah, so now we get our actor and it is levitating. Yeah, the scale is a lot bigger than I thought it was, which makes sense because remember when I put an actor in, it was like 1,000 or something. And now that also makes sense to me as to why what was I saying? Oh yeah, it makes sense to me as to why this has to be, you know, a large number. If we make it like 6,000, it doesn't work. It's because the scale is quite large. So like the camera is probably like, I don't know, like 7,000 units away from the scene. So that's cool. That's good to know. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I want to make it bigger. Okay, let's make it 100 and then 150. Okay. There's no reason for me to keep fiddling with this, but I want to get it just perfect. I want to get my pointless exercise perfect. There we go. Look at him float. Look, that's beautiful. That's amazing. Look at that shadow. It's so good. Gorgeous. Magnificent. Sublime, even. Okay, so now what I want to do. Okay, so we attach that component to our boy here. And you can see it's right here. Nice. Nice. Called movie. My brain skipped over it because I was like, movie. I'm not playing any videos. This doesn't affect me. And then I realized, oh yeah, I named my my component movie because I'm a dumbass. So we could attach that to this actor as well. So where is it? Custom movie. There it is. So now both of our actors have this component attached, and when we play, oh, our actor disappeared. What the hell happened? Well, obviously this is expected. Why is it expected? Think, boys. Like the three of you who are still watching this video. Why did that happen? Obviously because both actors now have this component attached that is setting their location to the exact same place. And so, of course, they're completely overlapping and it'll look like there's only one thing. So, what are we going to do about that? Well, what we could do is we could store f vector home. So we're going to store the home location of the actor. And what we're going to do is when we begin to play our scene, we're going to get the owner, the owner, and we're going to get the actor location. Why can I not type? Is this? Stop it! Yeah, okay, so this returns an f vector. I just don't know because some of these functions, they take in like an out reference or an out pointer, and I hate that. Home. I like this. I like functions that behave like functions and return useful things. That's what I like. Call me an insane person. So yeah, we set our home here. And then we're going to make this just offset from the home position. So now we do home plus f vector blah blah. Can I get rid of this? Probably not. No, of course not. Okay, just checking. Okay, so this is cool. Now, both of these will capture the position of the actor at start and then just offset relative to that. So if I build this, it might work. Worked. And then if I run it, yeah, now both of our actors are doing their own thing. Now this is boring. Let me show you a cool thing. So it's boring that they both, you know, oscillate or levitate, float at exactly the same speed and offset. But what we can do is we can give them some parameters here. We're gonna make them public. So if we do, what is it called? U parameter, U property, U prop, yes. So I do U property, I do edit anywhere. Now Unreal Engine is full of these bullshit macros that just do stuff and you don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, you could look it up, you could look through the source code, but there's so many of them and I hate it. But if we do this, it's cool. It's got a cool thing will happen. So trust me. So we want float. And let's do amplitude defaults to 50. My what do you call it? What do you call it when the source code editor formats your stuff? The formatting. The auto format settings are not great for this, but so we have the amplitude, we have the phase, which we'll set to 0 for default, and we have the frequency, which we will set to 1 by default. Okay. What is your freaking problem? And just the ID takes a while to figure this stuff out. Okay. Now, we go into here. So we do frequency times t plus phase times amplitude. And that should be good. Okay, so now if I build this, and hopefully we don't get any errors, you'll hear that nice cool sound. I don't hear it because I don't have my speakers turned on, but I believe it's there. Now, here's the cool thing. We go into either of our actors here, we click movie, and under movie, we have now these settings that we can actually manipulate from the editor. So if I run this, obviously we get the same thing we had before, pretty much, because the defaults are the same as what we had before. But if I go into here and let's say that your amplitude is going to be larger, and your phase, we're going to phase you off a little bit, and we're going to make your we're going to make this one same amplitude and different phase. Frequency is going to be higher. All right. And then we'll move this one up because we moved its amplitude. Now if we play this, check this out. Yeah. Now they're doing their own thing. Sphere is going their own way, so to speak. And you can see, yeah, we got dynamic shadows for sure. We have definitely, I mean, we had proved that a while back, but I just wanted to say it again. I had forgotten that I don't even know if I said it the first time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who the hell cares? We got components. We can attach them to actors, and we can make those actors dance. Dance puppets dance. I could add like a whole different actor in here. Let's add a cone. I don't know where this cone is. Where is it? It's probably too close. 0. Where'd it go? It disappeared. Here it is. 0, 0. Yeah. And now let's move it up a bit. And now let's move it here. And now let's move it over here. Now we got a cone. Play the game. Cone's not doing anything. Okay, never mind. Cone needs to be movable, first of all. Play that. Yeah. Okay, cone's just chilling out. Let's make the cone a different color. You gotta get this color now. Did that work? It didn't work. Okay, try again. Oh wait, that wasn't a material, that was a mesh. Mesh is not the same as a material. There we go. All right, now the cone is a different color. Same color as this. Cool. Now, let's make the cone move. How do we do that? Add component. Go down here. Custom. Movie. Yes. Click this. Change the amplitude to very big. Change the frequency to very fast. And move this up here. And let's go. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. He's going. This guy's freaking flipping out, man. He's pogging up. This cone is pogging up, dude. Put him over here. Whoa, look at him pog up. Okay. You get the picture, right? We can do things and it is cool. I wanna drink. I wanna do a little dance and then I wanna drink a little water. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I might edit, like I might just edit out if there's like large silences, dead air in the video. I might edit those out, but also I might just leave them in there. It depends. Okay, so we have things, we can move them, that's cool. Next thing I want to do is, well, I mean, a while back, it's been a long time, you know, we've been on this journey together. You might have forgotten, but at the beginning of the journey, I decided I wanted to enable the mouse. And then I just said, so then we can use the mouse, but it doesn't do anything. It's not doing anything, right? Well, that's interesting. So before I had the camera actor, when I clicked, it would drag around, like I could navigate through the scene. But when I add the camera actor, now whenever I click, it doesn't, like I'm clicking and I'm dragging, it's not doing shit. So that's cool. Camera actor doing its thing. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So we want to be able to click on stuff. How do we do that? Well, it's tricky. It's kind of tricky. So the first thing we know is that there's a cool thing where actors can receive click events, and we can create a handler. There's a delegate. We can attach a handler to the delegate, and then whenever the actor is clicked on, based on, you know, its viewable position, its geometry on the screen, we'll get a notification and we can respond to that. And that's cool because obviously mouse coordinates aren't going to directly correspond to coordinates of objects. It depends on where the camera is viewing from and the distance and the angle and the projection. So it's nice that all that stuff just kind of happens behind the scene and we can just get a click event if the user is clicking on an object in the scene. Later on, I'll show you that we actually can't really rely on that too much and we'll have to do a bunch of bullshit manually anyways. But for now, we can, you know, we can deceive ourselves into thinking that we can just use stuff and we can have nice things. But really, we can't have nice things. But anyways, I digress. What was I going to do? Yeah, I wanted to be able to click. So, what we're going to do, Chili Fox 69. So, on our component, I'm trying to figure out how I'll be able to do this. Because it's not the component that will receive the click event. What actually receives it is, I believe, the geometry. So yeah. Let me just back up here. A little bit of knowledge. I don't know much about Unreal Engine 4, but I know that when you create a static mesh actor, it comes with a single, well, it comes with probably a root component. I don't know how these things work, but it definitely comes with a component called the static mesh, and that is what actually controls, like, when you attach a static mesh component, that is what is going to give this actor a visual cue in the scene. If an actor doesn't have a mesh component attached, it's not going to be visible. Like I'll put this empty actor in the scene, and you can see here it's got a circle. I don't think it'll be visible when I click play. Yeah, it's invisible because it doesn't have a mesh attached. So delete that. So all of these actors have meshes, and that's the thing that is going to receive the event. It's not like we can, though, capture that, like handle that event in the mesh, in this component, because we don't control the code for this component. So what we can do is we can attach something to that. So what we're going to do is when we begin play, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go auto poner is equal to get owner, just to minimize the amount of times. It doesn't matter though. We can call this function many times. It's probably not going to be that bad, but just to do it. So we get the owner, we get our home location. But what we're also going to do here, p owner. Why do I keep typing a D in there? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, we want to get the static mesh that's attached to this. So find component by class, u static mesh component. So we can query into like an actor. All an actor is it's like a bag of components, kind of container, and you just throw components in there. So we want to get this one. Now, once we have this one, what we want to do is get what is it called? I have to check my cheat sheet here off screen. I got a little bit of a cheat sheet. Let me see here. What is the name of that thing? I think it's this thing. And what's the name of that thing? It does that thing. On clicked. Okay, that makes sense. Probably should have remembered that one. So this is actually an object. It's not a function. And on this object, we can call a function that will attach or add a handler to this delegate so that when the event happens, it will call our handler. You can attach multiple handlers to this delegate here. Now here's the fun thing. If you look online, they're going to tell you to do onClicked dot add dynamic. But if you look here, you're going to look at your IntelliSense and say, wait a minute, there is no add dynamic. There's a double underscore internal underscore add dynamic, which is just looking at the name of it is like, this is probably not something that the programmer of the game is wanting to call, you know, based on the fact that it's a double underscore. But you're like, well, add dynamic doesn't happen. It's not here. But if you look online, if you search for it, you'll find examples of code and they all use .add dynamic. So here's the fun thing about Unreal Engine. Okay, well, my IntelliSense is like, no, use this one. But I'm like, no, I don't want to. Why? Because there's an add dynamic macro. So you're going to type object dot macro. And this is going to expand to, you know, a member function call. But is like, I first saw this, you know, like 5 years ago when I did my Chili Fucks Unreal Engine 4 series. And I was like, this is the dumbest bullshit I've ever seen. I mean, I'm sure it has a use and like it'll clean up the code a little bit. But it's very fucky. For someone like, you know, just trying to get into programming C++, Unreal Engine 4, it's very fucky and it's very deceptive, misleading. But anyways, so to attach a handler, we need a handler. We need a function that's going to be called. Now, you need to mark that function as, well, let me show you. Never mind. Forget I said anything. I didn't say anything. These are not the droids you're looking for. Let's create our handler, and we're going to call it. Does it need to be public? I'm just wondering now, does it need to be public? It can be protected. So we will call it void on clicked. And there's a function signature. And honestly, like, I have no idea how you if you have a delegate, let's say I have a delegate on clicked. Give me my IntelliSense, you bastard. You're still doing your dumb bullshit. Hurry up. Okay, so the type of this delegate is F component on clicked signature. Okay, so I can add a handler, which is a function to that, and it will handle that. The function is going to have a specific signature. I have no freaking way, I have no idea on how, given a delegate, I'm supposed to know what the signature is supposed to be, except to Google it and hope that there's information on it. Which, as I've established before, there is a dearth. Dearth is the glut is when there's too much, right? Dearth is when there's like there's ass all. People don't say ass all, do they? I just unlocked myself for a second there. I'm okay. I'm not having a stroke or anything. Okay, so now we have this handler. I stun locked myself, but yeah, we want to... I mean, we want to do some stuff, right? Want to implement this handler. Do that there. And, okay, so now we have a handler. It's not doing anything yet. Let's make it do something. What are one of the things that it could possibly do? Okay, well, I'm just trying to think here. Okay, so there is a macro. And the macro is UE log. And then you pass it a category. And this is the only one that I even know exists, so I've never used any ones. And you use a level, and I'll use warning. And then you give it like a text macro. I don't know why we need text macro, probably because there's like, maybe because there's a wide character, narrow character thing going on. Or who knows? Who knows what the hell this is doing? I don't know. Who cares? But this is a format string. So yeah, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, obviously. Swiggity swooty, coming for that booty. And then we get the owner and we get the unique ID of that. So when we click, we're just going to log something out, basically. Okay, so now we have our handler. So we want to bind the handler, which is a member function, to this delegate. So we have to give I believe the way it works is, yeah, the object to call the function on, and then the function itself, which is you movie on clicked. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so now if we click on this bad boy, we should... I'm just thinking, is there anything else I got to do here? Am I forgetting anything? I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I might be forgetting anything. But let's try to build it anyways. So if we click... Yeah, it works. Okay. Now we run this. Good. Things are happening. And now if I click... Oh, wait. So we need to look... Obviously, we're logging to something. I thought they said cock. Anyways. Window, developer tools, output log. So for logging, obviously we need to look at why are there errors? Oh yeah, because of the thing that I said that so if we click this, we're not getting anything in the log. Why not? Well, remember when I used my Jedi mind trick on you and I said, you never saw it, nothing happened. These aren't the droids you're looking for. That was because I intentionally seeded a little bullshit into here. So and actually the reason I did that was so that we could look at this thing and then I didn't look at it. But where's the... Wait a minute. Why doesn't it not... Yeah, okay. So we look in here and we say ensure condition failed is bound. Unable to bind delegate to onClicked. Function might not be marked as U function. Yeah. So just like if you want to, get this cool thing in the editor where you can edit these member variables, if you want to do that, you need to use this bullshit macro to mark this member data as a property that is editable. Just like that. If you want to use this function as a callback for a delegate, you need to mark it as a U function. I don't think we need to add anything in there. We just need to say, hey, this is a U function. And that'll generate maybe some metadata, static meta that can be used by the engine to do things. Because, C++ doesn't have static reflection, although it should, and I wish it did. But it doesn't, so we have to resort to these bullshit macros. Okay, so now it's working. Probably. Click. Yeah, there you go. We get a clickety-clack. And if I click on a different actor, you get a different number because they have different unique IDs. So that's cool. That's a cool thing that happens. We can click and we can get notification of the click's occurrence. So my next task that I want to undertake is I want to be able to click and drag. Now, unfortunately, there is no kind of like scaffolding in place for clicking and dragging, as far as I can tell. At least not in the engine itself. There might be in, I don't know, like the UI part of the game thing, UMG and Slate, I believe it's called. There might be some stuff for clicking and dragging in that, but we're not using that. And I don't know how to use that. In the actual game part of the game itself, there's nothing for clicking and dragging because you don't do a lot of clicking and dragging in, first-person shooter. Although I don't, maybe you do. You do in the inventory usually. But anyways, I digress. The fact is that as far as I know, there's no clicking and dragging for what I want to do here, so we got to implement it ourselves. But I might actually just do that in the next video. What's my time here? So this video is like about an hour long. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut it here, and then I'm gonna do a little dance and drink a little water because my throat is dry. And yeah, when I come back, if I come back, which I might not, but if I do, then we'll do more clicky. We'll do draggy and clicky and I don't know, other stuff. We might start to like mess around with doing some kind of gameplay mechanic-y stuff. Well, until then, yada yada yada, and I will see you maybe later.